All right, let's talk about something huge, something millions of us struggle with, but maybe don't talk about enough. I'm talking about sugar addiction. And in this explainer, we're going to figure out how to say goodbye to it for good.
Okay, let's just get real for a second. Have you ever been there? You're staring down a dessert, a sugary drink, whatever it is, and your brain is screaming no, but your body feels this pull, right? Like a magnet. Well, you are definitely not alone, and I promise you, the reason it's so incredibly hard to walk away has almost nothing to do with willpower.
So let's dive into what we're calling the hidden sugar struggle, because that's what it is, right? It's something that's just everywhere, hiding in plain sight. We think sugar and we picture candy or cake, but it's so much sneakier than that. It's baked right into our traditions, those amazing festive sweets we share. It's in that morning cup of sugary tea that gets us going. And here's the kicker. It's even hiding in foods we grab off the shelf thinking, oh, this is the healthy choice. It is literally everywhere. And look at this. This really puts it into perspective. The World Health Organization has a recommended daily limit for sugar. And in places like Nepal and India, the average person is consuming way more than that. I mean, we're talking double, sometimes even triple the limit. And this isn't just a number on a chart. This gap, this is a direct pathway to some serious health issues like diabetes and heart disease. So what is going on here? How does sugar have this hold on us? Well, the answer isn't in our motivation, it's in our biology. We need to look inside our own heads. Let's get into the science of what's happening in your brain on sugar.
Okay, so it all comes down to this one chemical, dopamine. The easiest way to think about it, it's your brain's feel-good messenger. It's that little rush of pleasure and reward you get when you achieve something or have a great laugh with a friend. That good feeling, that's dopamine.
So, how does sugar play into this? It basically hijacks the whole system. You eat something sugary and bam, your brain releases this big hit of dopamine. You feel instant pleasure, a real high. But, and this is the crucial part, it doesn't last. When that dopamine starts to fade, your brain goes, whoa, where'd the good feeling go? I want more. And that is the craving. It's a powerful, powerful loop. I love how one of our sources described it. It says, it's like chasing a sweet high that is always moving away. Isn't that perfect? You're constantly trying to get back to that first moment of pleasure, but it just keeps getting harder and the desire just keeps getting stronger. But wait, it's not just happening in your brain. Your whole body is along for the ride. And what a ride it is. We call it the blood sugar roller coaster. So you eat that sugary thing and your blood sugar shoots up. For a little while, you feel great. You've got this burst of energy. You feel almost euphoric. But what goes up must come down, and the crash is rough. Your blood sugar plummets, and suddenly you're tired, you can't think straight, maybe you're a little grumpy. And what's the first thing your body screams for to fix it? Yep, more sugar. And this is where it gets really serious. Putting your body through this up and down, this constant roller coaster day after day, it has major consequences. It can lead straight to something called insulin resistance. And that is a huge risk factor for developing type 2 diabetes and for gaining a lot of weight. Okay, so we've got the brain's reward system and the body's physical roller coaster. But there's one more piece to this puzzle, and it's a big one that we often ignore, our emotions. Let's talk about the unseen triggers. Ever notice that when you're super stressed, you crave junk food? There's a reason for that. Your body releases a stress hormone called cortisol. Think of it as your fight or flight hormone. And what does it do? It cranks up your appetite for quick, easy energy, which to your brain means sugary, high-calorie comfort foods. It's looking for a quick fix to calm you down. And that's why we end up reaching for sugar for everything. We're stressed, sugar. We're tired, sugar. Sad, anxious, sugar. Even when we're happy and celebrating. It becomes our emotional crutch, our go-to solution for managing how we feel. It's a really deep connection. So when you put it all together, the brain chemistry, the physical roller coaster, the emotional triggers, it all leads to one single, incredibly important conclusion. And this might be the most important thing you hear today. We have to stop thinking about this as a personal failure. This isn't about weakness, it's about addiction. Seriously, I want you to hear this loud and clear because it's how you let go of the guilt. That intense, nagging, sometimes overwhelming urge for sugar, it is not a lack of willpower. It is not some flaw in your character. It is a biological, chemical response happening inside your body. And here's the difference between a habit and an addiction. A habit is just a pattern. You can break it with some effort. But an addiction? That's when a substance actually changes the chemistry of your brain.
And that's what sugar does. It floods your reward system so often that it literally rewires it, making your brain dependent on it. And look, I know that might sound extreme, but get this. Brain scans show that sugar lights up the very same pleasure centers in the brain as addictive drugs like cocaine or nicotine. That's not me being dramatic. That's a scientific fact. It just shows you how real and how chemical this struggle actually is. Okay, so that might sound a little scary, right? But it's actually good news. Because when you understand what you're up against, you can start to fight back. So let's shift gears. Enough about the problem, let's talk about the solution. Let's talk about your first step to getting free.
And you know what your most powerful tool is? It's what you have right now. It's awareness. Just understanding why you have that craving, that it's biology, not you failing. That knowledge itself starts to take away its power. It gives you that split second to pause and think, okay, I see what's happening here, and maybe, just maybe, choose something different.
And the payoff for doing this? It's incredible. Just imagine it, waking up and having stable energy all day long. No more afternoon slump. Thinking more clearly, feeling calmer, more even-keeled. Being able to go to a party or a celebration and actually enjoy it without that voice in your head, without the guilt. That's what's on the other side. That's freedom. So we've laid it all out. We see how it's our own biology, not our willpower, that's been running the show. The question was never, are you strong enough? That was the wrong question all along. The real question is this. Now that you know why it's happening, are you ready to take back control?